There we go. Oh god, we have to go through the,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Let's go. So we gotta, like, skip a good amount of his shit just to get to where we were. Hopefully. Or hopefully not that far anyways. Come on, open. That's actually something funny. We go across...
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
But,
the original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Cool.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yay! 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, so we have a bucket, we have a button that says the name of the player, and... what the fuck is up here? Stanley free new plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. I'm actually kind of tempted to go for that right now. Wait, hold on. Stanley Parable. Oh, that's sketchy. Here's your free achievement just down here in the dark alley area. Don't worry about it. New content, jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
No, give me jumps. How do I get jumps back? I want my jumps. Oh. I didn't know spending those there prior would fucking remove it.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Meeting at 2 p.m. Sincerely, management. So we got free achievement at Q. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game at B. Merchant Z. Settings world. Settings world? Hashtag. Where's hashtag? We don't have hashtag. Oh, wait, no, there it is. Hashtag. Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket, which is B2. Office decorations is 3. Epilogue. Really? We got an epilogue. Collectibles at A9. Infinite hole at K. Right there. And exit at E. Which is right. So that's the exit over there. Collectibles is up here. Okay, let's go check out the collectibles. You can find them, you can find them, you can find them, you can find them. Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yeah, that's pretty much every fucking game out there with collectibles. GTA 5, for example, spent like 2 hours collecting a bunch of fucking figurines. What do I get? Only like a couple $100 or like a couple $1,000 and a fucking stupid outfit. Oh no. Oh, we gotta find them, don't we?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
The first of many, yeah. Well, there's only 6, so we're fine with that. Infinite Jest. David Foster Wallace. So there was the infinite hole here, but there was something over here. What, settings or something? That's new. Yeah, it is. Settings world champ. Oh, can't go in there. So let's go to that's new. We'll go check out the button in a bit. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Yes.
Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I guess we'll touch that up later. Name. Here yours today. Everyone got one. I want to go to the bucket first, though. But I want to go through here, too. Bucket. This. But, no, let's go with this. We should also probably keep our eyes up, because apparently there's 6 figurines we gotta collect.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. Just right. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, cool. So you name that one. Oh, this button up here. Okay, cool. Hello, let's see. There's no other figurines around. Fuck it.
Jim. Sorry,
no.
I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
All right,
okay,
cool.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Hi, my name's Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim.
Hello.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
Yes.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes,
If
my name
so,
is Jim.
then please step forward and press the button.
Jim. Oh,
Yes! You see!
what a thrill!
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Well, what happens if I click it again?
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim. No! You bitch. My name is Jim. I like the button Jim. Wonder if I press these buttons down here. Nah. Alright, cool.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Yeah, pretty much. Is this way? Office directions?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday, step niece. Step niece? What the fuck? I've never heard of that. I say get well soon.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
No! You son of a bitch. I always noticed that about options. If you're given them two options, they will fucking always decide the opposite one that you choose.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I told you, man. You should have went and fucking get well soon. I wish to jump. Fuck. Alright, let's go to the bucket. Let's go touch bucket. Touch. Oh, we can't get over on this side? God damn it, we gotta go down and around. Okay, so we did that. We haven't done the epilogue yet. We've done the collectibles. We've done this. We got the infinite hole, this, and I think the epilogue and exit over there to do.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and
Give me
your
the bucket.
heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Give me the
you
bucket.
may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
It's just a bucket.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
But... There's apparently a door here. I have a bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
So we did that. We did the bucket. We've done that. We've done the collectibles. I don't think this is anything. Yeah, no. We got infinite hole, the exit, and epilogue. So let's go to the infinite hole then. Oh yeah, I forgot about that achievement thing we gotta do too. So many things to do! Time like infinite, distant future, falling, distant space-time, infinite. Hole like infinity. Oh, okay. Rim, depth, surrounding area. Infinite hole chart. Hole, more hole, depth, space, question mark, science, more, falling, infinite, educational. What's with the question mark? What the fuck's there? How deep can we dig? The holy moly. The answer will mildly surprise you. He just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Infinite hole. Should I get inside? Should I jump down? I have my bucket. I think I can do it. Let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
My question is, how long can we go down?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No, let's keep going until this white dot vanishes.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright, we'll wait a few moments. Ironically enough, if anyone fell down this kind of hole, I think they would just probably pass out because of the pressure of just falling, but also smacking against the ground, just instant dead. Just gonna wait here for a moment. We still have this fucking bucket with us. The reinsurance bucket. It's a good bucket. Alright, let's go.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. Is that going down the hole again?
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Oh, shit.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Okay, let's go. Nope, down hole.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Oh, okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Yeah.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
I don't
Stanley,
know.
I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
See, now even he's curious about this shit.
Well, there it is. The
What the
shame of my
fuck?
lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
God damn it.
Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You
It's not.
sure?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try
Oh,
it
yeah.
again.
Nope, not working.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
No, you gotta come back here and...
Take care, Stanley.
No, come
I
back.
hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Oi! Narrator, come back! What the fuck? Narrator? Narrator, it's going down. The hole's getting deeper. I've unlocked the secrets behind the hole, I think. I think you need to add pressure onto it to keep the thing down. Maybe, question mark. Change your... Oh, what the fuck? Stanley, it is God here to tell you, you must descend within the earth. Change your perspective. Or perception. Oh. What the fuck is this shit? This feels like a fucking loading screen. Change your reality? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Oh, I kind of like this one. This is so fucking weird. Why is it just showing these locations? Alright, recycle back through. Kind of like this one, strangely enough. What the fuck? This is so fucking stupid. I love this. This This is cool. I like this look. Okay, that one's a cool look.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Wait, that was a
drifting away
stream?
into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley. Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Fuck you,
don't want to
narrator.
miss a single
I was
moment.
having fun.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
I
From the looks of
fucking
things,
hate you.
and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
I hate you so much. I was enjoying that. Oh, it begins again. Nah. Oh, fuck. We have a loading screen. Okay, cool. Also, it's not even that deep. You can just crawl yourself out. Oh, we're back over here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
So we got a bucket. My curious thought is that if we go back to the hole, what would happen? What would have happened if I tried to go back in the hole? Would the hole be deep again? Ah, he shut the door, lame. So we got the exit, we got the epilogue, and the new achievement, or the new plus free achievement, or easy. Pull the lever, receive the new achievement. No more steps, just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Well, I want it now. Give me my achievement. I want my achievement. Narrator. Motherfucker. Also, this is a terrible area. Fuck. Ah, fine, whatever, I'll leave it. I'm upset. I wanted the achievement. So we have a bucket.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The epilogue fully and the exit. That's it, really. That's all we have left. We've seen pretty much everything. That was a closed door up there, so we can't go up there. Maybe we'll change here. Nope. Alright, let's go see if that door over here for the world settings champion. Oh, wait, no. I think I know what we need to do for that. We need to do the achievement, and that will probably open up then. I kind of don't want to do that, though, because it will fuck my settings, and I really don't want that. Actually, is there a set to default? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's do that then. So, let's see. We'll bring up a guide, or whatever. Da 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 da. There you go, 100% guide. The setting world champion. Set all sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Be aware of the hidden options behind the show title and show. Oh, so if we get this achievement, we'll get it. Okay, so settings. Just quickly do this. Ah, interesting. Oh my god, there's so much to do. And that's just in general. Fucking hell, dude. I can't believe he keeps track for all the for the achievement. Wait, hold on. Before I even do that. Alter each slider checkmark to each possible value. Okay, yeah, so what I'm doing here is fine. Audio. There we go, 100. We'll fucking set this back to original. $75.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes, it is
This
a
is the
story.
of a man named Stanley. Stanley.
So we got that at 60. This was at 90, so we gotta remember 60. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Stanley. And this is 90. What's worse is that we gotta do video next. Oh, and controls. God damn it. $1920 by 1080. $1920 by 1080. I think it was 60 gigahertz. The thing is, I think I'm at 144 gigahertz, but I didn't set it up. Controls, simplify. That's it. That should be everything. Reset settings. But all settings will be restored to the default. Okay, there we go. Everything got... Oh, God, no.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Wait, did that not effectively... Do I have to hit apply for that shit? I did every setting. Beware of the hidden options behind the show subtitles and so label. Show subtitles. There's a hidden option behind this shit? Okay. So we'll just do this. until we got it done. Hey, we got it. Let's go. Hey!
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done.
Yes,
You've
thank you.
experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
I can't believe they shoved a meme in here, for fuck's sakes. Like, you don't see that shit often in games. That is hilarious. I think that was worth it, going through and just doing that just for that one achievement, or that one little meme. I kind of wish we had some jumps left to go fucking jump in there. Okay. Yeah, this is it. This is the last thing we can do. The fuck are these paintings about?
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yep. Why am I up on the wall? New mug.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's go. The fuck was that noise?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
It's worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Oh, of course.
Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
A remaster?
Work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
What about the Ultra Deluxe? Oh. This is different. I kind of like that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building
The fucking
where he was
balloons.
employee number 427.
No.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So it seems to repeat here.
And then one day, something very
Nothing
peculiar
different.
happened.
Oh,
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Stanley Parable
Something
2.
he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him
Fucking
instructions,
balloons.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, shit. The balloons are actually stopping me from going forward up over here and doing this, that ending. Interesting. Oh. Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Let's go. We got a bucket. We got our fucking reassurance bucket. We're never letting it go. That's gone and changed. Alright.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
The bucket's telling me to go to the lounge.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yes.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I'm up on top of the plant. I am a plant bucket now.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
The bucket provides an adventure of wonders.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
I'm on my table. Anything else, narrator?
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
The best of connections.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
No, we're going this way.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Hello, what's this? Collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Let's
Remember,
go.
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
No
buy that
reward.
sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh, it's so good having the figurine. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you. I'm doing my best. This works. Sadly, we can't go up. We can only go through here. The fuck am I to again? Is this the rocket way? Oh no, this is the cassette one. Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
What the fuck?
There's no explanation for it.
It's just a bucket, dude.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
But it's a bucket.
Why everything feels so...
My dude.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
No. Don't monetize
It's
it.
unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What the fuck?
Camporata.
Camporata? What the fuck? Did this turn into a horror game? What was that? What the fuck? Camporata. What the fuck is that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, this is moved.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort
No.
rushed over him.
No, we can go back to there again. Fuck, okay. So we have a few other ways to go to the right there.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Yeah, I know, it's not the
But
correct.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did
No.
not question why, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Dude, I love the fact that this is the game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
You just...
What could it mean?
I love this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Click that. We're gonna make sure to click that every time because we want to go to heaven with the bucket. But yeah, it's just like they take
Stanley
the game
clutched the bucket tightly to his
and
chest.
they
This
just
was not the correct
added the
way to
bucket, and
meeting
that's
room.
it.
But Stanley had
There's a
felt
bunch of
the
new
bucket
lines. I love
calling
it.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top.
So we got that
There's
one,
something
and
up
we got
there
that
I
one.
need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
There we go.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room. Ah, yeah. Let's go, Mr. Bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Are you just gonna...
What is comedic timing?
Oh, God,
What
no.
is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Yes.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Izzy Boys Gaming.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
Why?
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
But you already
Speak
told
the
it.
entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm
Let's
Dunny with the
practice screaming,
funny.
"I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
How the fuck did this turn from comedian to a fucking all-out war in
Hey,
space?
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay. Like, what the fuck?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
I fucking love this game. It's funny. It's witty too. But yeah, no, I've begun to do a lot of the not a lot of it, but we've done a little bit of the extra content stuff now. As you can see, I got the bucket. So if we're coming back this way to the two doors, would this door open back up again?
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
The door behind me just didn't open. You should go into the broom closet. Oh yeah, no, I will definitely go there with the bucket. I want to go to the right door. Oh no.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Aww.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Aw, I feel bad for the narrator.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
But I want to go to the right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
He just took me
Here we
out.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
So would it repeat again if I go this way? I'll just do a quick test.
What? We're back at the phone already?
Yeah, it's gonna repeat. Okay,
No.
we'll go left then. We'll head off the left this
Here
time.
we go. You ready?
Yep.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's
But you kept
all
repeating.
your fault, Stanley.
No, it's not.
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Yes. Yes, I am. What the fuck?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos.
Sorry,
That's exactly
Leroy.
what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Oh yeah, no, he is funny. I find it insane that people don't find him funny. This game is perfect for like shit like
All
that.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's grab it. Figure Finders Committee. Meeting room today. Meeting in the room. Meeting room. Oh.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
So we still have a few things to do on the right, so we're gonna
Stanley
keep doing
clutched the
right.
bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
I wanna
to
leave
him,
everything on the
telling
left
him that
for
the employee lounge
last.
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope, I'm not.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Okay, so I
Good,
have two things
said the
left,
bucket.
which is to go
Now ride the lift
through
all
there,
the way to the top.
and also
There's
ring the
something
phone,
up there
which
I
I'm gonna go
need you
do
to
right now.
do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have
Nope.
alarmed him, of
We're
course,
going to do
because
that right now.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
The
he
bucket.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
The bucket speaks and tells me to go pick up the phone.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay, I can do that. Let us live together, Bucket, forever and ever.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Five, 6, 7, 8. 8. This is a bucket. Dude, this is a nice fucking place compared to last time. Stanley in the bucket, there's more. Sunset. It's me, your bucket. Press X to take me to work with you. Sure.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship.
This
It
bucket is
doesn't
a
literally
bucket.
talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
By the way, hey Charles. Welcome back, my dude. Can't turn that off. Bucket. Press U to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
If you really want to get technical, it's kind of happening in real life right now where people are over intimate with inanimate objects, such as sex dolls and all that crap. I even consider, like, even the programmed robots or AI online, like that one dude who married the Hatsumiku like little singing figurine, or not singing figurine. It was like the screen. It was an actual like program, whatever. Yeah, it's weird. Press K to go back to work. Okay. Sorry, I had to go to cook some lunch, and I was trying to do a meme. Ah, I would love to have a meme.
Oh,
I mean, not meme, meal.
Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
The bucket's telling me. Don't listen to the loud man. Press ending for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Jazz. Okay. Press M to ignore anyone in your life except me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press Z to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press I to relive the same day with me over and over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
He's losing himself to the bucket just like me. Press O to go home. To work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket.
Oi, that's my bucket.
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Hello, bucket. I'm home. This is weird.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the
My bucket.
Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. But bucket. I have to... No. Bucket. Where's Bucket? I need her.
All
I
of
can't
his
live without her.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket, where are you? Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Alright, so we got one more off to the right and we're done on the right side. But goddamn, that's fucking twisted.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Have you done the escape pod ending?
No,
said the bucket.
If it's that
don't
over
go
there,
to the meeting
no, I have
room.
not.
Go
Not yet.
somewhere
This is
else.
the last one over
The
here.
cargo lift, yes. Go good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I did the opposite. I just fell down here. Danger everywhere.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
What's a
I think we
bucket?
have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Oh my god.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything
okay,
we'll
we can
ever
do
need
that.
to know
We
about
haven't
what
went to
is
left yet at
or
all.
is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a
What?
hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What?
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct.
Motherfucker!
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Can I come down from here?
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct.
What?
This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Wait, what? Both? I'm like trying to purposely
Item.
fail this.
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here.
God
of
damn
course
it.
it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think?
Yeah.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from
No.
the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go.
No! Don't get rid of the buckets! No! Everything.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Yeah.
Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
You're a bucket.
And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I'm a bucket.
This is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
No.
So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Just run up, grab someone. We're a bucket. We're all fucking buckets, man. I can start losing myself fucking to this idea.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's head off to the left this time. Just gotta check the computers real quick. Alright, cool.
The good old bucket.
The good
Just
old
Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
We're all buckets. Easy, we're all buckets, my dude. I'm a fucking bucket, man.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're a bucket. Trust a completionist instinct. What we know, small floating objects appear across the office. We have synergized our resources to ensure their retrieval. Agenda, how can you tell them, tell your spotted one? What makes them float? Who took these pictures of them? Are hard to find. Follow clues provided by the employee 416. We can do it. Red room. Red room? Thank you, good luck. Hey, Izzy, thank you for the hydro check. I'm already in a good, comfortable spot, even after moving a bit. Okay. So we already got 2. We need 6. So, one's in a red room. There's so many questions. There was no memo from the management. Okay. What's the other 2? Show us. One's in a bathroom and one's in the black room. That's like what the oh shit. Hey, my dude. Thank you for the follow. Izzy Boys Gaming? Or is it Easy Boise? Boise. Oh, this is different. This was not here last time. Produce one plank to allow easy access to access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse. Remains? Construct new bridge. Structurally sounded bridge. Oh shit, we need to find a plank. Possible clue. Approximately here. Okay, we got that one. That was out in the warehouse. Collecting is sexy. Beware the false prophet. What the fuck? What's that? I hate Mondays. Prices of evidence. We're in the negatives, my dude. F-Files confidential. 10 steps to a successful workplace investigation. Decide whether to investigate. If necessary, take immediate actions. Choose an investigator. Plan the investigation. Conduct interviews. Gather documents, clues, evidence. Evaluate documents, clues, evidence. Take action. Document. Print list. Where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during their unprecedented time of investigation. God damn, I can't speak. So yeah, there is one in the bathroom. Those look like pipes. And the one on the left. My sleep schedule is out of whack. Dude, so is mine. You're not the only one. List of rumored locations. By the way, what time is it there? Because it's like 7:41 p.m. right now, but I woke up at like 4 p.m. 3 to 4. So yeah, I woke up around then. List of rumor locations. In a room, behind a door. In a room, behind a door. Above a door? Under a door? Question mark? Between two doors. Near water. Floating far above our heads. In a dark place. In a fairly well-lit place. In a place of uncertain lightning conditions. Where would our boss look and more? There will be a reward for finding them all. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. My god, they actually replaced the entire board. 6:11 p.m. I stay up all night from 8 p.m. to 11 a.m. Yeah, you sound like me, my dude. Like, I'm up fucking super late, too. I'm just pretty much watching a bunch of shows and videos and VODs, and I pass out, like, around fucking 8 to 10 a.m. sometimes. Our data, stock, what do they want? Ideas. Saw one in cargo room. Employee 421 building a bridge. Bonus stuff, what we know, what we've got, what we don't know. NDA, do we need contacts for them? Political liability. Can we sell them? Obviously. More cash if sold to get together. How many are there? 4, I think it shows there. 7, 151, 6. What do they want? Our data, stock options, money. Should we make them... What's that? Employees? No, not... Oh, I think it is employees. Interns, maybe, yes. Why do they kind of look like 427? Why are they floating? Dreams, magic, our quarterly success, magnets, training exercise by management. Auto surrendering employee 003?
A few moments later.
Yeah, sorry. You were playing Cuphead? Oh, I really want to play Cuphead. Also, by the way, I'm sorry that this is taking a little bit of time to control this stuff, but it does give us a clue where some of this is. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the freak up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambience or local audio sources using an array of cardinal microphones, also known as directional mic. A microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allow me to triangulate the source of the strange noises. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be reverberator off the glistening surface. Anyone have any ideas on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Okay, so there's one past the fireplace in the fuck, what is it? The boss's office. Stop kidding yourself. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be a cleaning of this wall required. Who are you? 6666 low. Lies. Mission status. Inside of a sequel exhibit. Oh shit, this is showing. Oh my god, this is showing where the fucking is. Oh my Jesus, they were showing here the entire time. A large room, lots of boxes. Yeah. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Some were both red and blue. Okay, so that's the blue, the red and blue doors. Nearby a fireplace. Got it. A smelly but private place for an important person. Yeah, so we can get 2 of these. I don't know where the stairs one is. No. Okay, yes, the bonk goes well for me. Looks like 427. Ha 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 ha. 5 there be. Just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. Okay, man. Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. Alright, cool. We got it all.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Yes.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I won't.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion.
My companion.
And lifelong friend.
My bucket.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Fuck you, broom. Fuck you, bucket. I mean, not you, bucket, but fuck you, mop bucket. Fuck you,
Okay,
tape.
I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
What's
Here
that?
we go. There.
Oh, shit!
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical
Yeah.
diatribes about the
Company
nature
of
of cleaning
Stanley.
supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
We have a sticker on the bucket. Let's
All
go.
right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
It's a
That
bucket
way,
sticker.
if you're
Sticker
ever
bucket.
unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Okay. Are you gonna give me another sticker for staying in here?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
That's all, folks. You fucking broom closet. Aw. Okay.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh,
Stanley and the
here we
bucket
go.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let's go downstairs and get the thing down below. Oh, I hear it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Ooh,
Stanley figs.
I like that, mini
Or
stands.
What about Stanlerines?
No,
yes,
no.
I think I like that.
No.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I like the mini stands, though. Alright, let's go this way.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Oh no.
And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
Oh, God.
Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Where's my bucket?
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
It's in
It was
me.
incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
The bucket was in me. How the fuck did it get in me?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, god damn it, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mary.
How did he forget his
And she
bucket?
hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Oh, poor Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, got the stickers on it.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Let's go, Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Mr. Bucket, you're gonna put balls in my head, Mr. Bucket. Alright, so we are gonna go back. Can we go in here?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Damn, no stickers at all. You like the balloons? I don't like them. I
Coming to a
actually
staircase,
picked the different
Stanley
one.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
He went with the stepsister one. I didn't like them. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the bosses suffer losses, then that's what the boss chose.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
Mini
And now I'm
stands.
torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Figlies?
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your
Yeah, I
screen
wanted
go
that
up
one.
by one? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Dude, the mini stands. I love them. Alright, so we got that one. go. The poor panda. Boom, boom. Stanley. Stanley? Yeah, I think he goes for the opposite one, no matter what. Stanley. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum. Damn it. Come on. Come on.
Stepping into his
Fuck!
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
It's pitch black.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, there's the other one.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon,
not
you'll collect the
Figler,
last
it's
one.
mini
And then
stands.
the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
True. Alright. We'll go down it. Yeah, we were close to it. I didn't know exactly when the doors would shut, so I backed up too much.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Or I can go back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Bucket said nothing. Alright, let's go touch the button number 3 then.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket.
How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Yeah, but 8 though. How many times do I have to do this? I'm good? Alright. What, 8? Just one more time. I like 8. We gotta go with 8. We gotta keep going 8. Oh, it's so good, the 8 button. No, okay, we're leaving.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Did you get the achievement? Let's find out. No, I have not.
No, said Stanley
I
to
think
the
it's
bucket.
because I hit
You
3
can't
beforehand.
go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Poor Bucket, being forced to drag along with me and do this shit.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
No, I will not.
Eight.
There we go, 8. But it didn't give me any achievement. 4. 5. Let's do it 8 times. 6. 7. Shouldn't have come up? What the fuck? Let's look up the guides. Achievements. 100% achievement guide. It just says keep pressing 8. That's it. Let's just sit here for a moment and press 8. Either way, how you guys in chat doing? I hope you guys have a wonderful night so far. It should have came up. You're doing good? That's good. Yeah, for some reason this is not coming up. Fuck it, whatever, 3 now. Maybe it's because I already got this door open.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Yeah, the solution is 8. Alright, seems like that was it.
Ah, said Stanley.
Oh, no.
I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
Good.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
2 stage 3. 427.
This was it.
3.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true
4.
connection with a loved one.
3 again. 3 again. Just 3s. There's 3s everywhere, man. 3s. 3s for everything.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure.
Aww.
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
No.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
Bucket.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke
Yes, I have watched
less and
it when I
less,
was younger.
neither wishing to state the obvious,
Good
that any
movie.
sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
I'm sorry, Bucket. That feels kind of shitty. The fuck? This is different.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Oh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we'll go this way. Well, we have to. So we're red and blue. That's the only one we have left to grab.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into it.
Yeah, let's do it. We did it. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this ending. New content? Oh no. I'm not even done with the new content. Why are you giving me more content? Oh god, what have I done? This is kind of creepy without the narrator. Yeah. You're now leaving. I'm leaving? Escape pod. We can go to the escape pod, everyone. F760. Oh. Wait, seriously? 760? What the fuck? Oh, that's only 5 floors. That's fine. We can just quickly get up here, anyways. Dude, the walking sound of the fucking bucket's like slowly irritating me. Just slowly? Slightly. I swear English is my strongest language. I was born in an English country. I can totally speak it, don't worry. 7:59. One more to go. Escape pod, launch bay. Let's go. We're gonna escape. Let's get out of here, Mr. Bucket. We're leaving. We're leaving this place. No. 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 Bucket. Oh, God. I love you, Bucket. You need to leave. I'll stay. You go. Goodbye. I had a romantic moment with a fucking bucket. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so we got that. Let's go get our... Wait, is the bucket in our room at all? No. So
All
how
of
do
his
we...
co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
No! Where's the... Did I seriously ship the bucket off? Am I unable to use the bucket anymore?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Aw, did I really fuck myself over? I no longer have the new content because I have no bucket.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. I have no bucket. There's no point in living.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
No bucket.
No reason to still be here.
Well, this is a bucket, but it's not the bucket that we like. Did I really fuck myself by releasing that bucket?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fuck all. I just want to hear him complain when I walk back in.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I have no bucket left. That's why I'm standing in here. This is me mad. I'm upset, so I'm making you sit here and watch me.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Too bad. Staying in here. Closet's comfortable. Like closet.
Maybe to
safe.
you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I forgot about that.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm in danger.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about
Hey,
to
Solid
leave
Snake.
because there's nothing here
How you
when a
doing, my dude?
physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All
Yeah,
right,
been
when
lurking
you've
for a
done that,
bit.
just step out into the hallway.
Just been looking for a bit, and then I heard drugs and hookers, and my ears perked up. Of course, that grabs your attention. Yeah, we lost the bucket, so I'm just kind of upset.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Yeah, I can.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Player 2. See you
Coming
there.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm just gonna click 8 a bunch.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being
Got
held
it.
from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No, you motherfucker. I don't care about calming New Age music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Not calm, rushing. Ooh, I wonder if I could have walked off there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ah, fuck it. Actually, can we just begin the game again? I'm gonna click that. Ah, okay. So it resets this place back the way it is. Okay, good.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a
Okay.
matter of time before he found the
Okay,
others,
replacement
wherever they
bucket.
were. Just a matter of time.
Yes! Replacement bucket, let's go!
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
The narrator was like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Just take this one."
Stanley clutched the bucket
This
tightly
guy's right.
to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that
The
the
bucket tells me
employee
to walk
lounge
this
was
way.
simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nope. We're going down.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh no.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
What a baby.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We
No.
could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Broom closet. What the fuck? So we got the Adventure Time. Alright, let's go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next?
Right,
Oh,
assets
and it
map
played
2.
some silly music as well.
Oh god, not this song again.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. We're not giving up the bucket. No, the bucket stays with us. The bucket is ours. Also, you could play the music still. What the fuck is going on down here?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Oh, fuck no.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. You can. I'm gonna stay here forever. I'm not getting rid of the bucket. The bucket's my friend. I am letting it. I'm keeping it. It's gonna live with me forever and ever and ever. Is it me or is it revving up even more? There's a few weird new sounds that are happening every so often.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I knew there was a way to just go against it. What?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
What the fuck? No one destroys Bucket except me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test
Alright, should
of
I go
time.
and give it
Stanley
the bucket now?
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to... And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nope, we're gonna go and give the bucket to the Bucket Destroyer. And then we're gonna get the bucket back.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Come on,
we could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fat... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Yes,
but if we want to do
content.
that, you're going to have to give something. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Yep. Boot it up.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with...
I guess we can't do it then. Huh, okay. Alright, so we got everything on the right side done, and also that middle... Oh no, not this path again.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man, and up Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So yeah, we'll go to the left side. We have... I think a few endings left. Which
Coming to a
is
staircase,
definitely
Stanley and the
upstairs.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes.
This is certainly the most
It has
logical
been.
explanation.
So we got the side path to the escape area, and then we have the exploding area, which we have to do twice. But I can't remember how we can get to the red and blue doors.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
Nope.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Death.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Death. Oh no, we're dead. By the way, for some reason, the Stanley Parable game just feels like Portal 2 to
As the
me.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Thank you, see ya. Female?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Uh-huh. Or is it?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcomes you to the granite exhibit. You are standing at the crucible of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, and a cavernous void. Cavernous. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substant. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you in the world? Will you accept with an open mind that what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue living as you were in ignorance and darkness? It's just a bucket.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
That's a lot of buckets. 25 buckets. A photographic of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the Euripo? Eureka? From exposure to this many buckets at once. This is a lot more than 25 buckets. I feel like that's in the hundreds. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Fucking hell. Put to death. Euphoria. Euphoria. Inferior bucket. A replica of the inferior bucket, which in medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, a simple fact remains: no one can control the bucket. No one can control the bucket. The stress of analogy? Worrying, negative forecasts, negative thinking, lack of reassurance, vulnerability, size of the bucket, size and strength of the bucket, stress, the level of the bucket, and the level of the water in the bucket. Coping strategies, holes, resting and relaxation, doing something you enjoy, and resting and relaxation. That's actually true, how it is right now. The mind is like a bucket, and all this stuff gets in it and overfills, and we do need coping strategies to make us relax and enjoy ourselves. Presented without commentary. Without commentary. It's pronounced euphoria. Euphoria. While we know that buckets predated its existence to mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However, clearly our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Okay. The bucket goes in my hands. It stays with me.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Bucket!
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
No, I wonder if I can get up in here. Oh, I can. Cool.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans,
fuck?
and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
Brow?
No, said the bucket. Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his
Gambhorata?
machinations
Oh, you
as
motherfucker.
payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of...
No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What the fuck?
My God, Stanley, you did it.
No!
You saved us from the bucket.
No!
Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
Bucket.
Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Bucket! Motherfucker.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We got 2 more endings, question mark, or 3 more endings to go and we're done.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. So we have to go down here, go through the mind control area, set it off, and also explode it. Like, turn it off and also turn it back on. And then we gotta find the red and blue door, which I don't remember how
Stanley
to
and the
get to.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I know I can drop down there. I don't know if I want to bring the bucket down there, though.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Come on, bucket, it's fine. I got you.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Come on, Bucket, we can go home.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Down with the man.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oi!
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Yeah, why?
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
The fuck?
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
You motherfucker!
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Doesn't he?
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be panic as he drops a bucket and it's just rolled away in the fucking darkness.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright, so we got one over here to turn it on. Does anyone know how to get back to the blue and red doors? Because I don't know.
Coming to a
I'm getting a little
staircase, Stanley
drowsy.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Also hungry as well.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
8,
indication
4,
of any
5.
human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, of course. The bucket guides all. The bucket is all.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind control. Also, I was there like shift tab trying to see about the achievements.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Good.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, wow, okay.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Sorry about that,
Controls
guys.
labeled with emotions.
Trying to read some of this
happy
guide.
or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this
Did you see
very
those
place.
cables like fly
As the
towards it?
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley
Bucket.
gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Birds.
Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Bird. 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 Silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video
Owls.
of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
Oh, hell yeah, it
And
is best.
Stanley was happy.
Bird. Okay, so I don't know how to get to the red door. I forgot how to. You're kidding me. Wow, okay. There's like 2 achievements here that are fucking annoying to get, which is the one of just playing Stanley Parable for the entire duration of Tuesday, which you need to leave it on Monday, play it all the way through until Wednesday. So just gotta leave it there. And then there's the super go outside, which is just don't play the game for 10 years. We gotta get the... We gotta get the fucking, one in the red room. Or the red and blue room, but I don't remember how to get there. Oh. Okay, it's that one.
How long was I sitting there?
We gotta ignore
Stanley
the bucket.
wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries?
Sorry,
Did
bucket.
something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this
Stiggly
moment,
Wiggly?
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. Let's go ahead and... What is it? What's the achievement say? So, finding the remaining 5 figurines once the game restarts, blah, blah. When you find the last one, you are presented with the new storyline in the next restart. Once you completed it and start up the game at least 5 times, the epilogue is unlocked. Return to the main menu and play it, okay? So, begin, play again. So what is the new...
Stanley,
Whoa.
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking
Mini-fans?
about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yes.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yes.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. Memory zone. When Stanley found the collectibles.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible.
Yeah.
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Never again. Whoa! 7 out of 6! That makes no sense! We went over the number.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
8 out of 6. The number's going up. It's going way too high. I don't like it.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Yeah, this one. We went down because this was before.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, it wasn't in a pink room, that's for fucking sure. But I will take it because it brings up the number.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh no.
Enjoy.
Oh no. Oh no. No. Ah, the shitty transitions of like the early 2000s of fucking Windows XP videos. It's mini Stan number 5. You found it behind the boss's office. Thanks for watching. Credits by the narrator, edit, narrator. Starring Stanley. Copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
That's not a lot of time, it's just 8 minutes. What the fuck are you talking about? God, those videos back then were terrible. Ironically enough, you still stumble across them here
And then,
there.
Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yep. Hey, narrator, we got 12 out of 6. You are in the present. Past.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Narrator, I think you're gonna break the game.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh no, he's... Oh god, he's breaking it.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
We have... No, you're showing it to me again? You son of a bitch!
Yes, I love that video.
Motherfuckers are showing me the video.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
we haven't picked up one in the room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
God, the narrator. I'm curious. Oh, it's closed. Oh god, my stomach is starting to get sore.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Yep, I'm going.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
The exit. The fuck is this from? Oh my god, we're
Look,
back.
it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more.
Give me jumps.
More memories.
Give me jumps. Like I did not know that jumps remaining would effectively change everything in the game.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Nope.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Nope.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Mm-hmm. That was kind. That was good. So... the epilogue, once you completed it, start up the game at least 5 times, and the epilogue is unlocked. So I gotta start it up 5 more times? Fuck. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sorry guys. We're gonna try to get this achievement then stop. We've been streaming for 5 hours. Good amount of time. Crows, Crows, Crows. Written by Davey Warden. It is... Ah, why was I bonked? I did nothing wrong. It's currently 9:11. 9:11? 9:11, your favorite time of the day. Or could it be simply, or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 9:11 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 9:11? It is very accurate right now, because that is exactly the time. You know, I can just say, regardless of accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be said. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let's whip up a couple new ones. Should you be ready by the next time you boot up the game? Okay. So we'll leave the game. We're booted back up. Booty, 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 booty. Booty, 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 booty. I'm sorry. Developed by Crows, Crows, Crows. Written by Davey Burden. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. But I kind of like it like... Please adjust the slider until the dog and cat are friends. Blech. Are friends. This is... Yeah. Please adjust the slider until the gun 5 becomes the number 9. That's 9. Yeah, that's the numeral number of 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Right here. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Akkubonikil? Boikinal? Or Scrumtush. I like Scrumtush. Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that in front of you is the correct time? Yes. What time... Wait, what is time anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes, there's plenty of stuff you don't know about me. Help. I will help you, yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes, I will. This is fucked up, by the way. The fucking menu is, like, fucking questioning me and shit like that. That's so weird. Alright, is there anything different now? Developed by Crows. Written by Davey Burden. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do. It's like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can, and I still don't know who you are. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess my settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but it's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you find me. Talk soon. Dude, what the fuck? Epilogue. There it is. Dude, what the fuck, man? Many, many, many years later. I know I added an extra many there, but still. Oh, god damn it, we're in the desert again. Where do I find a chair in the middle of the fucking desert? Or even woods and... I was gonna say stone, but stone's all over the place. It's so dry. Where are you? I missed you. Hello? Is anyone there? Just saw something move there. What the fuck? Oh god, not memory lane. The fuck is this over here? So we got a memory shack there, but this is weird ass canister. Is this the escape pod? Bucket! Oh my fucking god, the bucket came here. What the fuck? We got bucket back. It's the original one, the one that we set off. Oh man, that's fucking wicked. How the fuck am I going down in here? Cookie's blog. Review The Stanley Parable 2, posted on April 27th by Cookie9. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am in the sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expanding on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinite deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoying bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines give you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcoming reprieve from A review about Stanley 2 Parable. Sorry, I haven't been blogging too much. Snarf 3? Cookie Corner. We need to talk about sequels. Go Guy and review on Stanley Parable 2. March. Oh shit, this is 2027. Oh shit. The Stanley Parable 2 is coming out in 2027, everyone. Let's go. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build a property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in the press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with their reckless, insulting creative versions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Jesus! Well, I guess it makes sense because it's Jim. Oh, God. I will collect all the figurines of the mini stands. Oh, hey! It's nice to meet you. Likewise. But it is terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Oh, it comes and goes. Usually it's how it is when you play a game that you greatly enjoy. There's never going to be a sequel to it because there's nothing that's going to stand up to that point to make that spark happen. Even if there is a sequel, it's not going to be there. The spark has happened and moved on. Such as Undertale. I greatly enjoyed the game. I fucking fell in love with it. I fucking cried at the ending. I loved the game every second of it. But I'm never going to be able to experience those memories again because once you experience them, they're gone. They're done. Even if you make a sequel, it's not going to be the same. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not scarce? We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. Yeah. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's hard. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're going to make Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we have to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together and make a new title for the game. Stanley Parable 3. Hidden cheese. Hold on. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Stanley Parable 3, Hidden Cheese. It's absurd. I love it. Each time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1. Then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Any FIFA game? Or should I say any sports game? Sorry. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. Just have it will be, yeah. It will just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. Seriously, holy shit. FIFA all over again. What do you say? Should we go forward with the plan? I like it, but I want you to have to say it. Okay, there's an achievement here that says, I think we're supposed to say agree. But before we do that, we gotta make sure. Okay. Yeah, we gotta do it. Yep. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you that broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect them to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We'll win this kid together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It's can only spiral in itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one thing we can need to do. Please enter the current time. 9:27. Confirm. Please adjust the slider until you see. Yep. Thank you. Please enjoy Stanley Parable. It is the hidden cheese. That is hilarious.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're leaving the bucket there. We need to go to the new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yep, it's fine. Alright, so we're gonna quickly get to the
far
expo.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor
Yep.
additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been
But we're
developing
already on Stanley
for it.
Parable 3,
I
Hidden
figure
Cheese.
that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
We still don't have any of the jumps. Kind of sad.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Yep. Test
As you can
achievement,
see,
please
the
ignore.
machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here?
Are we being watched? Oh,
Yes.
God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Alright. Should we try out the speedrun one? So before we do the speedrun, we need to find exactly how we gotta do it. So we gotta go to achievement. Okay. Have the narrator open the boss's hidden passage automatically, only without the bucket. Quick way to unlock it is enter the code, blah blah blah. The narrator reveals it, restart. Keep reloading the game until you start shorter quarter leading the two-way door. Oh god. Try and save the achievement. Try to climb the first chair at the desk, blah blah blah. Careful not to fall down. Okay, so yeah, no, we just gotta go reset. We reset, go through the game. We're not gonna do it normally like this.
Were gone. What could it
Because
mean?
we're wasting time walking
Stanley
through this.
decided to go to the
we need a
meeting
short
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We need to make sure that we have the boss's room.
When Stanley
set
came
off
to a
so we
set
don't
of
get the
two
calm
open
music.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Damn, this
Yet
is
there was
fucking
not a
long.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No. Alright, so we begin again. No, we did not get the short path. Begin again. Begin again. Begin again. Is it it's a random chance, right? Yeah, there it is. I fucked up my time. So, oh shit! Eh. Hey, thank you for the follow, Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket, putting balls in my head, Mr. Bucket. Sorry. I remember the. I don't know if that's the exact lyrics, but I do remember the old commercial back then. Oh, what the fuck? What is
All
this?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided when Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Blah, 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 blah.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't have the guts to fucking drop down to do that.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
I was tempted to, but...
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Please give me the
Was
elevator.
this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused
This is
to
quote-unquote
believe
my
it.
first,
He couldn't accept
like,
it. His own life
ever
in someone else's control.
time of trying to speak
Never.
about anything.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided... blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Did I get it is the question.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet,
Can't see.
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
Come on.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand,
My happiness
but
is
to
getting
let
this
go.
achievement.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
There we go.
the feeling of liberation, the immense
I don't know if I
possibility
got
of
it
the
yet or
new
not.
path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I didn't get it. Interesting. Keep reloading until you start with the shorter corridor leading to the two doors. Try to save every second on the way. This the achievement unlocks once you step out. You can climb on the first chair and desk in the monitor room and jump onto the rising bridge. Save some time, or be careful not to fall down, though. No, didn't get it. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. This is the short room. Yep, we got it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's already opening,
Here's
Jesus.
the door. Just go.
He knows what's going on.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
There we go. A few extra seconds.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Come on.
Each bore the number of an employee
the
in
fucking
the
ramp.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Fuck, I
one
thought
of
I could
them,
get through there.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
God, I want to, like, jump.
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley...
That is the fastest I can ever be. If the game does not give it to me here, I don't know what is.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
this door
Stanley
takes too long to
reflected
open.
on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Come on.
What
Come
other
on.
mysteries did this strange building
Any
hold?
second now.
But as sunlight streamed
Come
into the
there,
chamber,
you go
he
down like a
realized
walkout.
none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Stanley
There it
felt
is,
the
achievement
cool
unlocked.
breeze upon
Speed
his
run.
skin,
Hey!
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And
So there's two
Stanley
achievements I cannot
was happy.
do without cheating or waiting. So the two achievements is commitment, which is completely playing throughout Tuesday, the entire Tuesday, by the way, or using a cheat engine to do it. And the second one is don't launch the game for 10 years.